Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Michael Wood here to take you through the meeting at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. We're going to be getting you through the quaddie legs, some best bets, a lot of value in there as well. Of course, the $100 hot seat later in the show. Welcoming our chief analyst, Michael Wood. Mate, Melbourne's all wrapped up. Night racing's just kicking off in Sydney. I'll tell you what, mate, it's the time for summer punting here and now.
Yeah, it is, mate. Great to be with you on a Thursday night. As always, some uniquely Australian punting coming up over the next few months. Those barbecues trackside at Canterbury Park on Friday nights, they're great. Hot days out at Rosehill Gardens with a few beers in hand. Lying in the lawn at Flemington, that's great as well. And the quality of the racing is pretty good as well, isn't it? The Magic Millions Carnival in January. And don't forget those Group 1s out in Perth. You've got to love it, Stu.
There's plenty on, and I can tell you, unique punting, mate. Last weekend we were down in Tassie on a great golf trip. I can tell you what, we dominated that pub tab, and that is just absolute summer punting there and then. After 18 holes of golf, what more do you want to do?
It doesn't get any better. The pressure was on. The golf was all right in the morning, but I tell you what, a couple of tips is punting with mates all afternoon long. You're on a hiding to nothing. But I think we did all right.
Mate, we did all right. They thought you were a bit of a mug with Blair House going down at short odds early, but I'll tell you what, Fallarina in the last. The place was absolutely rocking. We need that atmosphere again around the city this weekend, Mike. But that's what we've got to turn our attention to. It is Rosehill Gardens. So let's take us through the track this weekend, Rosehill.
Yeah, we've had a look at those four key factors enough, haven't we? Let's have a look at the conditions for Rosehill. Have a really close look at that and see how this fantastic track's been going. The rail's out 6 metres. We raced there a few days ago, November the 10th last week. And it's really been fair there lately. Look at the last few times the rail's been out 6 metres. It has been fair. A couple of times on a soft track. You have to go back to the 2nd of June, the last time we had bias with a plus 6 metre rail. That was just a little bit inside. With the edge off on Saturday, good 3 to good 4. We think we should be getting a fair bias again.
Okay, great insight there. As we have a look to the quaddie legs this weekend, and the very first one, it's 1,500 metres, the tab.com.au handicap, benchmark 88, and I can tell you, Mike, no last start winners in this race, but you will see a lot of red and a lot of orange coming through the form guides. You can go through that later, but one of these horses I'm interested to see is Sun Craze, coming back from Melbourne, really didn't handle the turnaround there. And those that are going to back Suchet on the weekend, don't look for the Godolphin Blue, because he's now in the Yulong colours for the Snowdens.
Yeah, he's a good horse, isn't he? He's going all right. He's pretty reliable. Those red and yellow flags in the form guide, you see which horse has been unlucky looking at the race guide, and Sun Craze has been one of those. He didn't handle the turn at Flemington at all. Let's see how he goes on Saturday. Let's have a look at the way the first leg of the quaddie sets up. A benchmark 88 over 1,500 metres at Rosehill Gardens, race 6. Looking at the progression stat, we haven't quoted this one before, but looking at which horses, what stage of preparation they're at. All these horses in this race are either fresh. There's a couple that are 7th up, deep in their preparation. A Raymond, 2nd up. A fair to steady 1,500 metres, only a couple going forward. And we talked about the good dry Rosehill and the fair bias before.
Well, let's get stuck into the very first leg of the quaddie and have a look at the market. And it is Watchdog on top at the $4, going well for Godolphin. Sun Craze, that horse you said there, we're going to look for a bit of a turnaround potentially there. $5.50. Drockade there at $7. We've got No Show up from Melbourne as well, $7. Arraignment $7.50. And Suchet, as we said, debuting for the Snowdens. But Watchdog, Mike, interesting favourite here. We're going to have a look at a couple of replays.
Yeah, interesting favourite. Maybe a bit of a weak favourite. We're not going to look at him. His form has been okay in lesser grade. Let's have a look at a horse that was in really good grade a couple of starts ago. Sun Craze, we talked about his start at Flemington. We're putting a big red pen through that last start. This is 2 starts ago, a heavy track. He's on the outside. He's not really handling the heavy track. The winner's gone straight past him. But the thing about this horse is he finds the line, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it was so hard to do on this day, Mike. Look at the rain. This was Everest Day. We all remember what happened here with the track. But look, yeah, love the way you said this horse just finds a line, doing its best work late.
Yeah, big, strong type. You'd expect a horse like that to have a sprint and knock up. But those last 100 metres, he really surges late. It's a really good thing to see.
All right, let's have a look at one of the other replays now. We're going to have a look at one of the Melbourne visitor, No Show, because this horse was held up, Mike. Take the viewers through it here. We're looking at the yellow cap, not getting much luck as they're rounding the turn.
Yeah, he's a bit of a funny horse, this horse. He's got a good sprint. He sort of travels in and around the pack, and the jockey tries to get him out and sprint late. This is first up over 1,400 metres, which, as you know, Stu, is not an easy thing to do. He's held up from about the 350 to about the 100. He gets out. He's not bad at all, Stu.
No, never really got clear running. And look, another replay where we can say a lot of that best work just being done late.
Yeah, pretty good horse with a good acceleration, a good turn of foot, which is a really important quality coming to Rosehill Gardens on Saturday.
All right, there's a look at a couple of replays for the first leg of the quaddie. Now it's time for all the analysis and the key factors. So let's light up the gold bars and take us through the form here, Mike.
Yeah, not that much strong form in this race, is there? Watchdog was okay in lesser grade. Sun Craze was horrible at Flemington. No Show was unlucky, Arraignment was solid, and Suchet was solid. but nothing stands out off the page here.
Okay, so form for none of those favourites. Right, let's get into the key factors. Progression.
Yeah, Watchdog's got the blinkers on, rolling forward. A few people like that. He can improve. No Show can improve second up. And Lejuge, I think that's how you pronounce it, he can improve second up too.
Okay, so it's No Show, just with his head out in front. What about distance at stage of preparation?
He's strong, he's tough, he finds the line. He's never been to 1,500 metres before, but he could love it, Suncraze.
Okay, so No Show still out in front. Suncraze, a bit of gold bar there. What about track conditions? Hopefully back to the dry Rosehill.
Well, this is dry and it's Rosehill, isn't it? Suncraze coming from a left-handed track to a right-handed track. It's a big tick for him, so he gets the gold bar. And No Show, the dry Rosehill track, the Hawke stable have brought him here for a reason. We think you'll love it.
Yeah, they place their horses so well. What about position in run?
Yeah, I think a few people do like the favourite Watchdog because he rolls forward, Arraignment 2 and Dissolution just in behind, and there's not too much tempo like we said.
Okay, so we've hit the line there. We've got Suncraze and No Show right on top, Mike. A few just chomping at their heels. Let's bring all the odds in now and all the ratings because it's time for a bet in the first leg of the quaddie at Rosehill Gardens. Where are we going to go? We've had a bit of love here for Suncraze late, and it's on top with No Show.
Yeah, there's a couple of top raters there, one slightly better odds. Watchdog, he's around the mark, but he's a bit of a weak favourite. Arraignment, we think, has got better ratings than him, and he's better odds. Suchet always runs fourth, doesn't he? So he's hard to like. Look out of those top two. We do love Suncraze, but he's getting deep into his preparation, so we're not 100% sure how he's going to go. I think the play in this race is No Show each way. He should love Rosehill. Okay,
good each way there. Odds there for No Show to start the quaddie. As we get into the second leg, and it is the Rosehill Bowling Club sprint over the 1,100 metres, the benchmark 94, and Hong Kong import Strathmore, Mike, having its first start for the Waller Yard. Really keen to see how this horse is parading. And my old mate Stu Rich, I tell you what, he hasn't had this weight since back in July.
Yeah, he's a fantastic horse, and he's down in the weights. He's such a strong horse. He'll do really well in that low 52 kilogram weight, I think. But I don't like this race at all, Stu. It's so open, it's so wide. And one of the reasons is because there's a couple of first up horses, aren't there? There's Strathmore, there's Holy Seal, both with plenty of pace, both with no trials. I've got no idea what they're going to do. A strong 1,100 metres, so you want horses surging late. A dry track and a fair bias we talked about before.
Okay, let's have a look at the market now for the second leg of the quaddie. Hope everyone got off to a good start in the first leg. Let's have a look here though. It is Isaurian at $4 hitting the market well back last start. Badajoz up from Melbourne there, $7. We've got Tango Rain looking for a bit of a form turnaround at $8. Niktok, who stormed home last start, $8.50. And Dissolute, little bit of money today, $11 into the 10. But Team Blue, Mike, Godolphin, Isaurian and Badajoz, they're top in the market here.
Yeah, some seriously good sprinters from the Godolphin stable who are going very well over the last few months, aren't they? Let's have a look at one Godolphin sprinter here and one ex-Godolphin sprinter in Dissolute. Isaurian a little bit wide, no cover. Tango Rain 3 wide, no cover the whole way. But Dissolute, with its new stable, Greg McFarlane, got past them both, Stu.
Got past them both with a really good wide as well. Just going to wind up late. But yeah, look, one that we're looking at here, Mike, outside, the Isaurian. Jury's out.
Yeah, jury's definitely out. A lot of money came for it this day. It gets deep into its preparation. It hasn't won deep into its prep. You can make some excuses. It was wide. Definitely had some excuses there, but getting deep into its prep, I'm a little bit worried about it.
Okay, let's have a look at another replay now. We're just going back a few weeks, but we've got a few engaged here, including Stu Rich and Perazada. Surplush also running, well back this day.
Yeah, Surplush was 4 wide, no cover, had some excuses, but really did knock up and was horrible. I was on him this day and he was disgusting. Stu Rich, what does he have to do to get in the market? He was on pace, Randwick 1,200 metres. He was so close this day. Perazada was wide, no cover, and she's been keen since, so she's got some excuses as well. But what's wrong with Stu Rich here?
Absolutely nothing, Mike. Just boxing on so solid, so tough as he does. But as you said, maybe some excuses there.
He's such a tough guy. He'll be near the pace again. He's got to run well, doesn't he?
Oh, my money will be on for a place. Let's get into all the analysis now, Mike. Form and key factors, take it away.
Yeah, interesting race. Isaurian, Dissolute and my favourite, all with great form. My favourite was unlucky at the end of his last preparation.
Okay, so a few gold bars there for form as we hit the progression.
Yeah, progression. Badajoz getting into its preparation can definitely improve. Strathmore, who knows what it's going to do first up for Waller.
Yeah, true.
And Surplush can improve off a freshen for sure.
Okay, so Isaurian, Dissolute, my favourite there. What about distance at stage of prep?
Not much doing here. We can move on pretty quickly.
Okay, same results. Track conditions.
Yeah, looking for horses that like the dry Rosehill track. We've got Badajoz that'll definitely like it. Tango Rain will like it as well. And Perazada loves a dry Rosehill. She gets a gold bar for a dry Rosehill as well.
This is looking extremely even here, Mike. Very tightly matched. Position in run, does that sort him out?
Yeah, Isaurian's got the inside barrier. That's great for him. Niktok inside too. Dissolute midfield. but I do not like this race one bit, Stu.
All right, you've said that a couple of times, Mike, but I tell you what, a lot of punters are going to want to have a bet in the second leg of the quaddie, so that's what we've got to try and steer them into. It's a winner in this leg, whether it's each way or a win or a place. Who knows? Let's have a look now. Look, Isauria and Dissolute, they're on top, Mike. One's $4, one's 10. What about value outside of that? They're only a length off. Where's Stu Rich? He's $41 again. Yeah,
$5, $10, $20 a place. They're the bets for this race. We're going to tick field in the quaddie, but the last time we did that, last 2 times we did it, the favourite one, Dissolute and Stu Rich, they're drawn well, they'll run well, but they're no morals at all.
Okay, it's a tough one there, the second leg of the quaddie. Well, we've gone with Dissolute. We'll come back after the break and we'll wrap up legs 3 and 4. Joining us on Key Factors. We're up to the third leg of the quaddie. It's the Australian Turf Club Sprint over the 1100 metres for the girls. And I'll tell you what, Mike, Deft, a really impressive last start winner for Godolphin. And I like the way the Les Bridge stable is just so patient with this mare. Seasons drawn wide, scratched last week, but here this week.
Yeah, she's a fantastic horse on the way up. Lots of progression for her. Patient, like you said, and the trials were amazing. 4 of these horses are first up, including her, and Ready to Profit from the Waterhouse stable. A fair 1200 metres with a couple going forward. We talked about the good track and the fair bias as well.
Okay, let's have a look at the market now for the third leg of the quaddie. We do hope you're going well already before we get to here, and it is that mare Seasons coming in for some great support. $3.20 into $2.30. Ready to Profit. Really interesting runner here from the Waterhouse bot camp. $7.50 into $5. Deft off that last start. Impressive victory as well. $6.50. They pretty much dominate the market here, Mike, with Seasons very well backed, and we know why.
Yeah, you've got to look at these 2 favourites. Look at Seasons in the second replay. We'll start with Ready to Profit, who's only had 3 starts ever. Flopped on the first one, won on the second one, and went straight to a Group 2 Silver Shutter race in the third one. She travelled well on the pace with a little bit of inside bias, but she's got plenty of power, Stu, and she wasn't that far off this day.
No, not far off, and we're talking some really good horses here. Fiesta just getting off heels here, and here comes Uhud screaming down the outside, who goes on, obviously, to win a Group 1. You know, punters are going to be looking at this thinking serious form lines.
Yeah, great form references just within the 3-year-old brigade, and looking at older horses. All those 3-year-olds ran well in the mire as well. Yep. Obviously, she's against the older horses on Saturday and she can do well.
Okay, let's have a look at the other favourite now, Seasons. And if you're back to this day, you might want to look away, because those of you that did know exactly what happened. In the red, just could not get out. We have to watch this again, Mike.
Yeah, we watched this a couple of weeks ago and she was scratched first up. She was drawn wide. We all know what happens next. She should have won by 3 or 4. She did win her next 2 starts quite well. And her barrier trials coming in this preparation have been really strong. She looks stronger. She looks more muscular. She's got plenty of condition on her. And she'll run really well on Saturday from the inside barrier.
All right, definitely a horse on the up to look out for. Mike, form and key factors. We've got to take all the punters through it, so take it away.
Yeah, some serious mares in this race. Seasons and Ready to Profit. Big form ratings compared to the rest. Light them both up for form.
All right, the favourites right out there on form. As we get to the key factors, who's got the most progression?
Yeah, maybe shut the gate early in this race. The favourites not only have the best form, they've also got progression and big upside. Seahampton can improve fresh as well.
Okay, what about the distance, the stage of preparation here?
Yeah, looking for horses that like the distance. Tarabai maybe can improve back in distance, but not too much going on there.
Okay, these 2 favourites are way out in front, Mike. Dry Rosehill.
Yeah, track conditions, not too much difference for these horses. A couple have been racing on it already, so no gold bars there.
Okay, we've got to split these somehow, Mike. Who's going to get a better position in run?
Well, not only form, not only progression, but we've got the leader, we've got the box seat runner. Seasons Ready to Profit. How are they going to beat these 2 horses?
I don't know, but they are a hell of a long way in front here, Mike. That's one of the more favoured I've seen for 2 horses, just absolutely going away. Look, they're 2 favourites. We've got to pick one of them, Mike. Let's bring the ratings all back in. We've got Seasons. We've got Ready to Profit. They're way out in front. Can anything launch from behind?
We don't think so. There's one scenario that maybe they get beat. If there's a really strong tempo, Deft will be flying home.
Yep.
But maybe we're not going to pick between them. Let's just back them both, Stu. Seasons Ready to Profit. They're both strong horses. They'll both be near the pace. They're both going to run really well. A Quinella bet for sure, and back them both to win.
All right, Quinella bet there in the last. What about the races handicap, Mike? It's race 9. It's a benchmark 78 over the 1,300 metres. And I'll tell you what, we looked at these and we saw some of those big last start winners for key factors. We're talking of Newsfan and Schubert back on Derby Day. They're both up in the weight here, though. I'm interested to see if we're going to play them again.
Yeah, you've got to wipe the slate clean. Loyalty will send you broke in this game, won't it, Stu? Love both those horses. Got a place in my heart forever. but you've got to wipe the slate clean every time that they go around. Let's have a look at race 9 and see how it shapes up. 1,300 metres, a benchmark 78. 12 of these horses, there's a few emergencies as well, are fresh in their preparation. The first, second or third up. A good dry Rosehill and a fair bias, we hope, by the end of the day.
Okay, let's have a look at the market for the last leg of the quaddie. It is the Get Out Stakes, but we know this horse News Fan is going to be right up there in the market. So let's have a look. $3.20, some good support in from the $3.50. Southern Lad as well, $6 into the $5. A real flashing light run last start. Schubert, as we said, we were on it last start. Nice win there, $6.50. Mapmaker, the big boy, $9.50. And Monsieur Stu, well back last start. A little bit of money here as well into $9.50. But News Fan Mike, the punters think he can keep it going.
Yeah, she's a great horse, and she came back from those provincial championships runs, which was really unlucky last preparation. And she came into benchmark grade for the first time this prep. We thought she may just simply be better than benchmark grade, and that's exactly what happened.
Yep. Benchmark
88, fillies and mares, 1,200 metres, a really slow tempo, so she was really hard to get past those leaders. She ran a 10.77 and a 10.99 to finish things off. They are unbelievable sectional, Stu.
You love your stats, and look at her just pulling away late here. We were cheering hard.
Yeah, dry Rosehill, you need a horse that can launch down the middle of the track, and she launched then, didn't she, Stu? That was a big, big win.
She did. Another horse that launched late was Southern Lad. So let's have a look at this replay. Well back on the turn, as you can see here in the red and white, but we've got to look really late here, Mike, because absolutely savaged the line.
Yeah, funny horse, no early speed, a bit Chautauqua-like, but obviously not as good. Look, the last two starts, this horse, which has got no early speed, which needs a strong tempo and which needs an inside run, has got those things going in its favour. It carves up the inside here, it gets the right run, it doesn't win a benchmark 74, and surely it's harder on Saturdays.
So you're saying it's just got all the favours this day?
Yeah, coming from last, too wide the whole way, a great ride. Will it happen again on a Saturday at Rosehill? I doubt it. We'll
have a look by the time we get to the last. So let's jump into all the analysis now, Mike, to end the day. Key factors and all the form.
Yeah, 10.77, 10.99. That's serious form. News Fan gets a big kicker for form.
All right, News Fan out on top for us as we start the key factors with progression. How much has it got?
Yeah, once again, the favourites can progress. News Fan with upside, Southern Lad with upside as well. And Monsieur Susu can improve second up.
Well pronounced there. The favourite right out here on top, Mike. Distance at stage of prep.
Only just got that out. Metamorphic can improve back in trip, but not too much going there.
Okay, News Fan still way out there, Mike. Track conditions?
Yeah, we said News Fan does like it, but obviously she was there last start, so you can't give her a kicker. Metamorphic should like the dry Rosehill better.
Look, they're making a little bit of ground, Mike, but not too much. Position in run.
Yeah, Cattersby, which has similar form from a first up run with Schubert, draws the inside, a big strong type that can roll forward. He can go well on Saturday for sure.
Okay, so at a little bit of value, Cattersby just levelling up a little bit there, but it's News Fan well out on top, Mike. Time for a bet, $3.20. That's what the punters have really got to assess in this race, because we've obviously got to out on top. $13 just in behind there, could be an each-way bet, Mike, but look, nothing else seems to be making up much ground here. It's all the favourite.
Yeah, we don't like Southern Lad. We said that. The Schubert maker form's okay. Cattersby's got an each-way play, but it's all about News Fan on Saturday. She dominated first up. She's in benchmark grade off the same mark with the claim. Yep. I think she'll dominate again on Saturday. Okay,
News Fan for Kim Moore. All the rage for us in the last. Mike, quaddie time. I mean, mate, 2 weeks in a row. They haven't been massive pain, but well done. Let's have another look now. It's sounded really tough in the second leg, and I see that field marker up there again.
Yeah, we're leaving the favourite out in race 6 at least. So Suncrazer, Raymond and No Shows each way play of the day. Race 7. We're going field. We might want to leave out Georgia, that's a skinny mare that's not going too well. Race 8, they're the two favourites. Should dominate that race. And race 9, we'll be doing one quaddie with News Fan 1 out, but we'll just put the on-pacer Cattersby in just in case.
All right, 64% there for $100, including
with
a field. So we've gone nice and short in a few of the other legs. What about the $100 hot seat, Mike? This is still just going up. We need a bit more value for the punters this week.
Yeah, we want to make it to a grand before the end of the year, and we're going in the right direction. The each-way play of the day. No Show saving on Suncray just in case he bounces back from Flemington. Your namesake, Stu Rich, I have to put him in. It's going to cost us $10. No, it won't. He'll run well. The bet of the day, News Fan, $3.20 in Cattersby just in case, and a bit of a place all up with Ready to Profit in there too, and News Fan to win at $14.
All right, some nice confidence there. $35 on News Fan in the last, and of course a little bit of value in there as well. That's all from us at the Race Guide. Make sure you check the raceguide.com.au for all your key factors this week and all your horse profiling, because they're at that Rosehill track. You want that horse that can really progress and get through the line. Have a great day punting this weekend, and we'll see you again next week.
Cheers, good luck on the punt.